Alright guys, welcome back with another video, and this time I'm gonna talk about Castlevania in the whole. Season 4 just came out and I just finished watching it. While it's still fresh on my mind, I decided to do this review. In case you're wondering why I haven't made any more of other reviews, is because I didn't really feel like it, to be honest. There was nothing I wanted to talk about, and I wasn't in the mood to make those videos, if I can be completely honest. So, Castlevania. If you are like me and you're a big fan of blood, gore, violence, etc., 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 and then you probably have seen it by now. But for those who don't, uh, th this, how do I put this? This is a, there's no spoilers in this. This is a dark fantasy setting. You have your vampires, you have your knights, you have your, magic, you have your supernatural stuff happening, that kind of deal. There's a vampire hunter, main protagonist, who kills vampires. Not just vampires, kills monsters. That's as far as I'm gonna tell you. I've seen all 4 seasons. The moment I found out about this animation or a cartoon, whichever way you want to put it, I fell in love with it. Something along the lines of Rick and Morty, but instead of like clever, instead of like a clever, intelligent writing, more along the line of like classical fantasy kind of thing. Um, what do I think? I've seen some big YouTubers giving this 10 out of 10. No, uh, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. In my opinion, the 4th season, the newest season, and the last season had its ups and had its downs, and I am not particularly happy with how things turned out. There is a lot of, how do I put this, a lot of ass pulls towards the end that I do not enjoy. You might be different. I feel the story was rushed towards the end. It feels like the guys who are making that season, their contract with Netflix was, about to end, and they're like, "Oh, quick, we need to finish this." It's like the guy who does their project or the last day before the project is due. Now, the quality itself, like animation, like the artwork, art style, sound design, like picture motion, all of it is grand, but none of it is, all of it is grand, but far from perfect. The storytelling, again, I think 1st season was fantastic, and after that, it kind of dips a little bit for me. The main reason I decided to do this review is because I think, guys, you should check it out, especially if you're bored and if you like blood, gore, and violence and all that good stuff in fantasy. Trying to think of anything else to say. I am going to give it my final verdict, my final grade for this. For all 4 seasons combined, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It's far from perfect. A lot of like bad logic in my opinion, bad moves, stupid moves, like enemies use stupid tactics, or enemies like prefer to use inferior tactics first because plot armor, and then when it's convenient for the heroes, then the enemy decides to be more serious. Uh, it is what it is. Um, don't expect don't expect realism in a fantasy genre. Like, big surprise there. with that having been said, I recommend you watching it. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me, if it's an 8 out of 10, or do you agree with some of the bigger YouTubers who say it's a 10 out of 10, which I think it is not. And do you even like blood, gore, and violence, like in animation, in the movies? It's stuff like that. If you do, tell me why, and if you don't, tell me why. With that having been said, guys, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Oh, can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb?